Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, dear students. As you all know that due to COVID-19 pandemic, our country is under lockdown. We all are stayed at home and hope alhamdulillah you all are good and healthy. I am Khursheed sir, being a chemistry teacher. I am here to deliver a lecture on metals and non-metals from our chemistry book for the 10th class students. I am delivering this lecture so as to help the students who are under lockdown and even do not attend the tuition because of the pandemic that has spread all over the world. In this lecture, I will try to introduce to you metals and non-metals. What is the actual meaning of metals and non-metals? Before starting this topic, I would like to say that there are 118 elements present in the periodic table, out of which 94 are natural. Let's start the topic. Metals are those elements which lost electron in their outermost shells. Metals are actually the elements that conduct heat and electricity and are malleable and ductile. They are also hard, strong, and heavy. Metals are also the elements except hydrogen which form positive ions by losing electrons or by donating electrons. For example, aluminum is a metal which forms positively charged aluminum ions by losing electrons. In fact, metals are known as electropositive elements because they can form positive ions by losing electrons. In other words, we can say that if any element have 1, 2, 3 electrons in their outermost shell, they lost electrons. They are also called metals. Let me take an example of metals. Sodium is an element. The atomic number of sodium is 11, so its electronic configuration is 281. In K shell it has 2 electrons. In L shell it has 8 electrons. In M shell it has 1 electron. So the sodium atom donates 1 electron and forms a sodium ion. So according to the definition, sodium is a metal. Magnesium is another example of metals. The atomic number of magnesium is 12, so its electronic configuration is 2a2. It has 2 valence electrons. It donates 2 electrons and forms a stable magnesium ion. According to the definition of metals, magnesium is a metal because it has 2 electrons in its outermost shell. Aluminium is also a metal. The atomic number of aluminium is 13, so its electronic configuration is 2a3. It has 3 valence electrons. It donates 3 electrons and forms stable aluminium ion. So aluminium is a metal because it has 3 electrons in its outermost shell. Non-metals. Non-metals are those elements which gain electrons in their outermost shell. In other words, we can say that if any element have 5, 6, 7 electrons in their outermost shells, they gain electrons. They are also called non-metals. Let me take an example of non-metals. Nitrogen is an element. The atomic number of nitrogen is 7, So its electronic configuration is 2,5. This means that a nitrogen atom has 5 electrons in its outermost shell. It needs 3 more electrons to achieve the 8 electron structure of an inert gas and become stable. So according to the definition of non-metal, if any element have 5, 6, 7 electron in their outermost shell, they are called non-metals. Nitrogen is a non-metal because it has 5 electrons in their outermost shell. Chlorine is also the example of non-metals. The atomic number of chlorine is 17. Its electronic configuration is 287. Chlorine atom has 7 electrons in its outermost shell. According to the definition of non-metal, chlorine is a non-metal because it has 7 electrons in its outermost shell. Oxygen is another example of non-metals. The atomic number of oxygen is 8, so its electronic configuration is 2, 6. Thus, an oxygen atom has 6 electrons in its outermost shell. According to the definition of non-metals, oxygen is a non-metal because it has 6 electrons in its outermost shell. Thank you.